Hey, Red Trees, Pastor Craig. Feeling probably like a lot of you, feeling kind of helpless right now with what's going on in our country with regard to the injustice that is happening, with the racial inequality that continues to permeate our culture, with the frustration over rioting and looting and the ugliness of what we're seeing. It's really, really frustrating, and I feel very helpless right now. I feel like I should be doing and saying more on one hand, and on the other hand, I feel like I should just shut up and not say anything. So I was reading in Ecclesiastes the other day, and I reread today, and it actually, verse 7 in chapter 3 articulates what I'm feeling. It says in verse 7 of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 that there is a time to keep silence, and there is a time to speak. And that's it. Perhaps this is one of the rare times where both of those can exist side by side, that depending on who we're running with, we speak, and it may be another person or group of people that we just don't speak, that we're quiet. I think most situations it's one or the other, and maybe this is one of the few that both of those can exist. So then what do we do? What do we say? Here's what I've got today is, we know that the reason all of this is happening is sin in the heart of man. That's why this is happening. It's because we are broken, a result of the fall, right? And that we are seeing true humanity come out, the sin of mankind. And we also know the resolution to that, the remedy to that, is the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now, we need to remember that, and we need to work towards that. It doesn't mean we don't work for justice. It doesn't mean we don't pray for justice. God delights in justice, but God also delights in steadfast love. And we need to remember that the gospel is steadfast love embodied through the person and the work of Jesus Christ. The fact that Jesus came to earth, right, the incarnation, Emmanuel, God with us, should blow our minds. God could have saved us without going through all of that, and yet Jesus came down, and he was born a baby, and he lived as a toddler and as a teenager and as a young man, and he prepared himself for his ministry as an adult, and he was present with people in his life, both during his years of ministry, and I think even before that, growing up. Jesus, when you know Jesus was present in people's lives, he didn't just sit in the corner and be quiet until his time came. I think Jesus was involved in people's lives, and that's the steadfast love that we need to exhibit. That's my encouragement today, is to pray and weigh carefully what you say and to whom you say it, and think of times maybe you need to not say anything at all and be quiet, but always exhibit the steadfast love of Jesus Christ. Always be willing to mourn with those who are mourning. Jesus says, blessed are they who mourn, for they shall be comforted. And often we're the ones that are bringing that comfort into people's lives as we mourn with them. And so that's my encouragement today. That's my exhortation today, is for us to embody the steadfast love of our Savior Jesus Christ as we experience this, some of us from afar, and maybe some of us are a little bit more on the front lines, or we know people who are. Let's just be willing to be Christ to them, to show them steadfast love and faithfulness of Jesus. So, love you guys, praying for you. Have a great day.